everybody. Welcome to It Matters Radio. It is Sunday, and you know what that means. It is time for our very special musical guest interview. And yes, I know. It's always fun, too. And Carrie, of course, is always here with me because she does a lot of research and handles the interviews for the most part with our guests. Carrie, I tell you, um, this gentleman that you have with us tonight, I actually played a song or so of his music before in the show because he intrigued me so much. So, gosh, can you introduce him to everybody?
Absolutely. Welcome, first off, Safro. He is described, and I love this description, as XTC meets Prince in an alleyway with fresh and new stuff. So I just love that. Welcome to the show, Safro.
Yeah,
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you for having me.
So
It's
let's
great to be
start
here.
off with how you came up with that wonderful name, Safro. Tell us a little bit about the background on that great name.
Sure. The name Safro stands for Stephen Anthony Frazier's Recent Observations. So,
Ah,
yeah, I look at my songs kind of like as a soundtrack to experiences that I observe in my life and other people's lives. So,
right.
Safro.
Now, you started out as a DJ, or I guess you would call it VJ, I guess, yes, a DJ at Miami University. Talk a little bit about that, because apparently you had quite a following. Tell us about that.
Actually, it was University of Miami. Miami University is in Ohio, but I went to
Oh,
University
sorry.
of Miami in Florida. No, that's all good. And where my mind got expanded a lot to a lot of different kinds of musics, and yeah, it was a great time. And now it's time for me to make my own music.
Right,
So
right.
yeah,
You
So,
got
you have some great songs, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But who were your influences that got you started in doing what you do?
well, my favorite of all time is Prince, but I also love David Bowie and the Beatles and Lenny Kravitz and Michelle Cello and Van Hunt and Joni Mitchell and Jimi Hendrix. I could go on and on. Earth, Wind and Fire.
yeah,
Uh,
Uh,
that's some good
Lots of people.
company.
Jane's Addiction, Nine Inch Nails. I don't know. On and on and on.
Right. And now you write most of your own music, and you've taken influences from your life. I wanted to talk a little bit about one song in particular because it intrigued me. Was the song about 21 days, number two, not T-O, to recovery. Talk a little bit about that because that's a great song.
Well, 21 Days to Recovery. Well, the name of the album is 21 Days to Recovery. I think the song you're talking about is called 21 Days. It's the first song
Right.
on the album.
Hmm.
Right.
It's kind of about blaming somebody else for what I'm going through, and the real problem is just me. And having resentment is like drinking poison and thinking you're going to affect somebody else. So the anger is just eating me up. And at the end of the album, I realized that forgiveness is the key and love is the only answer. But in that moment, it's kind of like that album's kind of like a journey from dark to light. And it's about getting over a bad experience. For me, it was about a relationship. It could be about anything. I mean, you could apply the same thing for other things, heroin addiction or whatever.
Right.
So 21 days, they say it takes 21 days to form a new habit. And so that's kind of where that comes from.
Oh, that's an intriguing thing. 21 days. So I'll have to wait 21 days for my next bad habit.
Habit.
You have
So,
to quit it first, though, before.
yeah, I have to quit. I'll have to quit. Right, right. So you have a very interesting philosophy of life, and I just want to talk a little bit about that. It basically says you have to give your all. Tell us a little bit more about your philosophy, how you think around your music.
Okay. Well, like I said, 21 Days to Recovery is kind of about getting over a bad experience, getting past it. And then this album that I put out earlier this year called Paper Tigers is like once you've gotten past thinking it's somebody else or something else or a situation is getting past the fear in your own head, and ripping that up, so you're left with the power of choice where you can choose the life you want. Now, like I use the term paper tigers for fear, because a tiger is made out of paper. How scary is that really?
Yeah.
It's just but the fear of old age, the fear of loss of love, ill health, criticism, poverty, death, you can get past those constructs, or I feel like it can be a powerful place.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, that's I guess self-improvement and working on myself is part of my philosophy. But I'm not sure if I answered your question or not. But
No, that's
You
right.
did. I always used to
I just
say,
want to
Carrie,
say this one quote because it's well, I guess it's basically not really a quote. It says that you believe that all it takes for an artist to be fulfilled is to give all they have to their art while passionately enjoying the process. I wanted to really hit you on that. How do you feel about that quote?
Well, I'd say, as an artist, sometimes what you do resonates with people, and sometimes it doesn't. But as an artist, you have to do it if you're really an artist. So enjoy it, because sometimes people will be with you, and sometimes they won't. But you got to stay positive and keep going, and don't stop.
Right.
Well, and your music just reflects. I don't know. It's very touching. A lot of the songs are great. So, in your life, is there one particular person or incident that stands out that kind of influenced you as far as maybe your music and your life?
Prince, I guess.
Prince?
Yeah, I just love.
He's inspired quite a few people. It was so sorry, we were also sorry to see him pass at such a young age. Yeah. Yeah, this
very special and unique.
Right.
Yeah,
Something, Zephyr, though, I believe you had said that you want your music to touch people, and even if it just touches one person, it's worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you had any experiences in your past that kind of brought you to where you are today, as far as understanding other people and their weaknesses and things that happen in life? I mean, did you grow up maybe in a circumstance, or did something happen?
Bad relationships, and finally realizing that I need to work on myself, and having certain tools really opened things up for me from the process of working on myself.
So when you stopped blaming others and took responsibility for your own life and your own actions, then it became much easier, huh?
Well, some people might look at like success like that's in this frame, and they're looking for this word that says success, and when they find that thing that looks just like what's in this frame, they feel like they've arrived at success. And somebody gave me some tools where they opened it up for me as, what if success were like a blank canvas, like a big wall, and whatever you're able to paint on that wall, whatever you choose to paint on that wall, is a success upon completing painting that thing on that wall. So you can put whatever you want on that wall. And if you look at your life as like, I guess to me, like, we're all artists, and but we've been kind of steered away from being that, because each moment we do is something that we're creating. And if that's what an artist does, they create, right? So
absolutely,
each moment of your life, you're creating it.
Yes.
If you realize you have the choice to create whatever you want, then that's a lot more powerful than looking for something to fit in this little box.
Very interesting. I really like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So, going around to various genres, various venues, was there a venue that you really enjoyed and would do again?
I like the sound at this club called the Viper Room in Los Angeles. It sounds really good in there. I like that place.
Right. So you go back and perform there again?
I would. I don't have a band right now. It's just me by myself, but I'm in the process of putting one together. So once I start playing shows again with a full band, I'd like to play there again. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. So you have a older a CD I'd like people to show. I think it's behind you in your bookshelf there. Let's talk a little bit about that. I know that's a previous CD. Tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, that's the one I was telling you about. It's called 21 Days to Recovery. It's a journey from dark to light. And like I said, it's about getting past getting past bad experience and realizing that forgiveness is the key. And, when you're holding on to negative stuff, it's only hurting the person who's holding on to it, really.
Yeah, it
The
doesn't
person,
hurt the other person at all, does it?
right. They may not even be thinking about you.
Right.
But while you're sitting there, like if you look at your life like a boat, and your anchor is down, it can't go anywhere. So you got to pull your anchor up to be able to sail on to new places. So
That's right.
it's about getting unstuck.
And I think right now would be a great time to share some more of your music with us. So we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be back and we'll chat with Sappho in just a few. Here you go. Enjoy.
Now that I have no one to blame, my fun is over, what a shame. Well, it's starting this next life I waited my whole life for. When the end didn't scare me, every day was rough. Now that I've lost my cause, things feel like love. Take my time, no one else is afraid. First one die like they are even now. Take my time, in the bed that I made. Scary monsters are everywhere. The paper tigers on me, not at my sanity. The paper tigers are after me, a chase no one can see. Scary monsters running through my mind. I saw Jesus in Hollywood, out on Fountain and Fairfax. Slick black hair, 7 feet tall, escape the mental war through the cracks. You don't need no more doctor medication. Love all your enemies. As my soul's desire, it's my heart that disagrees. Paper tigers, no one else is afraid. First one die like they are even there. Paper tigers, in the bed that I made. Scary monsters are everywhere. The paper tigers on me, not at my sanity. The paper tigers are after me, a chase no one can see. Scary monsters running through my mind. Paper tigers, no one else is afraid. Folks walk by like they are even there. They are even there. Paper tigers, in the bed that I made. Scary monsters are everywhere. The paper tigers are after me, a chase no one can see. it's unfair. Nothing you can do. You feel nothing inside. We'll come along. It really could help you. You feel no one listens. You feel alone. No one to talk to. But it's hard without answers. You feel hopeless and you don't know what to do. What if you would be okay when you fall down? You call it a stairway. Feel afraid and not run away. 'Cause in the end you know you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Must feel so bad inside to have a gift that you can't use. I know you wanna win, but you feel like you always lose. What if you would be okay when you fall down? You call it a stairway. Feel afraid and not run away. 'Cause in the end you know you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Deep down in the ditch, demons destroy the faith you built up. And you just have to scream, but no one will hear you. You pray for your end, but it never comes to pass. About this bitter unrest, how long will it last? Beware of desperate moves, darkness rules the night, but brightness moves in the morning. What if you would be okay when you fall down? You call it a stairway. Feel afraid and not run away. Don't be afraid, you'll be okay. What if you would be okay when you fall down? You call it a stairway. Feel afraid and not run away. 'Cause in the end you know you'll be okay. You'll be okay. You know you'll be okay, You know you'll be okay. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. You'll be
Okay, everybody, I know you love the music just as we did, and we are back again with Sappho. And I hope that, I always like to say this, that if you've been enjoying our conversation, that you will absolutely go to his Facebook page, go to his websites, and go to all the places that you can download his music and share the information with others. So with that, Carrie, I'm going to turn this over to you.
Speaking of music, where can we find your music to purchase? We know you're on Facebook. Where else can your fans find you?
The first album is on Bandcamp under Sappho, and the second album is also on Bandcamp, Paper Tigers, but that one's also on iTunes and Spotify and anywhere else you can find digital music. And then I also have a few other singles and stuff on my Bandcamp page. So, if,
Right. And do you have a website?
I do, but there's no music on it. So it'd be better if you just went to either my Facebook page or the Bandcamp page.
Yeah.
And I'll still be putting out some new music later this year. So keep your eyes open for that.
Yeah, we will.
I haven't asked this question, and I'm going to rephrase it a little bit. Do you like doing studio work, or would you rather be out there performing?
I like both. It's a little more challenging, I think, to keep a band together. So for me, it's easier to record because I only have to depend on me to do it. But I like both equal for different reasons.
Right.
Obviously, playing live, it's more of an immediate response. And whereas recording, it's like you can sit there and toil over it and get it to sound exactly like you want. Whereas live, there's no rewind button.
It is what
Right.
it is. That's right.
It is what it is.
You know, you brought up something interesting. I think what a lot of, excuse me, people don't realize is members of bands, they have lives. A lot of them have families and children. Some of them even have jobs. And it's one of the most difficult things to keep a band together at many times because of all these commitments they have. So it does eventually happen, though, that you get the
Yes.
right people and, you know, they're there for the long haul. So it's going
You
to
have to
happen.
keep going.
You do,
Just have to
just
keep
like you
going.
had said, you have to keep going no matter what.
So you have some great songs, very powerful songs. Is there one song that stands out for you the most, that has meant the most to you writing?
They're all kind of like my children. So
Okay.
You don't
I
have
don't
a
know. I like
favorite
Dangerous
child.
Friendship. I like a song I have called Dangerous Friendship. I like that one a lot.
Ooh.
We go together like the Cookie Monster and the Gingerbread Man.
Cool. I like that.
Great comparison.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
That is definitely.
So, musically speaking, you've taken your influences from Prince. If you had your druthers and you could perform on opening act 4, who would you choose besides Prince?
Right now, I like Queens of the Stone Age and Nine Inch Nails. I like
Ooh.
those two groups a lot. I would love to be on tour with one of those two.
Okay,
Cool.
guys, if they're listening, he's
If you're
available.
listening, Nine Inch Nails, yes, that would be great. That'd be great.
Or LCD Sound System is another one I like a lot.
Oh, cool, cool. So let's push you
Now
ahead
I think
about
about
2 years.
Saint-
Where would you like to
Saint
be in-
Vincent-
Just a minute,
Sorry,
Karen.
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say I just thought of another couple of Saint Vincent as well. I like what she's doing a lot.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt you. Go ahead.
excuse me. Let's go ahead 2 years from now. Where would you like to be musically, and what would you like to be happening for you?
I would love to continue making albums and making out. Every time I record, I feel like I discover some new things, and I'd like to continue meeting new musicians and collaborating and producing other artists. And right now, I'm maybe not even just musical artists. Right now, I'm also working with an actor/comedian trying to record a comedy album.
Oh, God, wouldn't that be great?
And another project I'm working on too is there's a motivational speaker that I'm producing an audiobook of her book, as well as like she wants to do a meditation CD.
Yeah.
So we're working on that as well. So I'd like to explore that. I'd like to be playing live, play shows out of state, maybe overseas. Also, sometimes I dabble in film projects. So.
You know, there's you brought up some good points, and there is a wide and broad avenue for many musicians to take when they don't take the opportunities for it. I mean, even when you're playing like the games, there's music behind those games, and that comes from somewhere. You know, it's kind of like
Right.
a soundtrack to a movie, and it's a soundtrack to the gaming. You know?
Well, in coordination with that, to tie it back to the earlier question, is like it doesn't have to look like what's in here. Like whatever you paint on that wall is success.
That's right.
So you
That's
can paint
true.
whatever you want to paint on there. There's no limits to what is outside of your imagination. Your imagination, to me, is the freest place on earth. So if you have limits within your imagination, you're in trouble.
And
Yes.
Suffer, when you go these other avenues, you meet new people all the time. And they introduce you to other people. So all it does is add, to your talent and add
Mm,
to your future and what might happen. You never know who you're going to meet.
that
Um,
is very true.
I have a question. Um, when you have performed in front of people, is there any one incident that stands out in your mind that really touched your heart? Maybe it was someone that was in the audience, or after the show they spoke with you, or
Well, sometimes when you're like, if you're singing a song, like you might get caught up in your own head or whatever, and like performing, and oh, I don't like how I hit that note or whatever. But you don't. I don't. Sometimes, at least I forget like how it feels to be on the other side of that, and
Mm.
so I remember doing a song one time, and I could see somebody was being moved and emotionally touched by what was going on, and it always feels weird because it's just me, but
ah,
yeah, it's interesting because I mean, like I remember what it's like being in the audience, and like it is very moving. But sometimes, as the artist or performer, you don't understand like how it's touching somebody. You never know what somebody's going through.
right.
Right.
And then
So
you see that one
those
person,
moments,
yeah, and it
yeah,
makes it
and
all
they come up and
worthwhile.
like. Yeah, it's like you can't fake that. So when they come up, like people you don't know come up to you and are very touched and moved, it's very touching and moving. So it also inspires you to keep going.
Right,
And
Right.
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 you
Well,
see
your
the
music
positive.
definitely resonates with us. I have to tell you that, Sappho, because it's just amazing, and your talent is amazing.
It's
So,
Appreciate it.
different,
Thank you.
though, the music. That's what
but
it's
if
very unique. I love it for
mhm.
that.
Thank you.
It's hard
Thank
nowadays
you.
to find something that hasn't been done before.
Well,
Yes,
That's
I
original.
feel like a lot of stuff has been done, but the one thing that I guess hasn't is the road I'm on, like
Mm.
whatever experiences I'm having. So I just try and like I said, put a soundtrack to what I'm experiencing, and I let my heart be the guide to what I should be doing. I feel like that's how you know what you're supposed to be doing. Like I didn't have a desire to be a doctor. I didn't have a desire to be a lawyer or something like that. Like, and I think if you listen, you'll know what you should be doing.
Yeah.
well,
Listen to yourself.
absolutely,
You
absolutely.
know what feels
So,
right.
last
Yep.
question for me is, what does Sappho do for fun?
This to me, this is fun. Doing the music, create
He does
like
interviews.
wondering
No.
what like wondering what else is my subconscious going to bring out, because I feel like maybe uh, like the things I'm creating, like I don't know where they come from necessarily, but maybe it's like my subconscious like trying to guide me and teach me lessons. I feel like I grow from doing my music, so
Mhm.
um, yeah, it's fun to me to see what unfolds next.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's fun for all of
Um,
us too, watching you do that. So
Yes.
oh, thank you. It's
So one
also
more time.
fun watching, like, working with other amazing musicians too, and singers. There's a female singer I work with, Desi. She's awesome. Like watching her sing harmonies and things like that. Sometimes that's fun to me. Or some of the guitar players or bass players or drummers I work with. All that's very fun to
you,
me.
one thing about music, um, there are no countries, there are no races, there are no religion when it comes to music. And I've noticed this about musicians that um, they work with each other from all over the world.
Mm.
And it's all about the music and the love of music. And wouldn't that be wonderful to have people be able to do that in their daily lives? Be like the musicians are.
Exactly. Exactly.
um, yeah, yeah.
um,
One more time. Where can we find your music for our
Um,
for your fan?
like I said, on Bandcamp under Safro Music. let me see. What is it under? Sorry.
He's checking. We don't want to give you wrong information here. So.
I think it's safro.bandcamp.com
Okay.
/music. You can find my stuff, and then like I said, the first album's on there, and some other stuff is on there. The second album as well, and some couple other singles I put out on there. And then the second album, Paper Tigers, that's on iTunes and Spotify and any Amazon, wherever you can find digital music. You should be able to find it.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, Safro, please stay in touch with us. Let us know when you have new music out, and we'll be happy to stream it for you, and remind people about you. And heck, come back next year and let us know how you're doing. Okay?
I would love to. Thank you for having me.
Okay, with that, we're going to say goodbye to Safro because he's going to hang up, and we'll be following his career. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Safro.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Should I actually hang up now?
There we go.
That was
wonderful guy.
Yeah. Technology is so great, isn't it?
Oh, it's the pits. Oh, anyway. So, you know, Safro to me is just such a living example of going through pretty hellish stuff that he, you know, and coming out of it on top. That's what I love about it.
You know what I like about it? Because I think he takes everything that he's been through in his life,
right,
and he learns from it. He doesn't think it as a per se bad experience because he got something out of it and he turned it into positive. Because I mean, when I asked him about it, you know, hey, it was just about, you know, the music and creation, and you know, and it gives you more understanding. And it's just like people who are going to, you know, are actors, and they have to do a specific part. They have to go and study for that part and get to know how that person feels. Well, if you've been through a lot of experiences in life yourself, it's going to be much easier for you to write music about it. And things are going to resonate with people because you've lived it.
Yes, it's amazing. And he, like I said, he's such a creative guy. I had no idea that Safro was his actual name, sort of spread out a little bit. Stephen Fraser.
Stephen Anthony Fraser.
Right, and his observation. So I think that's amazing. I was thinking, wow, saffron. I wonder if that's like a spice or something.
Like saffron. I know.
You know.
Okay. Well, I'm ready to hear some more music.
I am too.
I know Carrie is too, so we're going to leave you right now, and you just continue to rock on, and we'll see you next Sunday. Here you go. Enjoy.
A change of mind and plan.